And joining us now in studio, Arthur Aidala, lawyer extraordinaire. Give us your take on what you thought of Michael Cohen's testimony today.
Well, I mean, if he doesn't come off well today, Alvin Bragg, who I understand was in the courtroom, should just stand up and dismiss the case. I mean, they have prepared him. You have skilled prosecutors, veteran prosecutors, who know how to put on a witness, who know how to put on a bad witness, a witness who has a lot of baggage. So this is direct examination. If it was done the right way, which it sounds like it was, it should be pretty smooth. I mean, the reports I got were initially he was very nervous, but then he kind of settled in. And even though, we say he was face-to-face with Trump, the way the courtroom is situated, he really can't see Trump. And in fact, they asked him to do an in-court identification, and he had to stand up to look over and point at the president. And my understanding is Donald Trump's eyes were closed for a big hunk of his testimony, not looking at Michael, because he can't see Michael from where he's seated either.
I'm curious. I want to bring the same question I asked Linsey Davis to you, as far as, do you think that the jurors will make a distinction between, obviously, Michael Cohen has this reputation, this label as being a liar, but he's saying, well, it's different. He wasn't lying for himself. He was lying for Donald Trump. Do you think that that makes a difference?
Yeah, I think that makes you more of a liar. I think if you're lying to protect yourself from going to prison or getting in trouble, getting beat up, I think there's that human instinct to protect yourself. If you're lying to protect your wife or your children, that's understandable. But he's basically lying for money, right? That's his boss. You don't think in my career I've had clients that ask me to lie for them? It's very simple. You say, no, I'm not. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm doing. But he is a paid liar. Like, as long as there's a paycheck at the end of the day, he'll say whatever he needs to say. And the defense has to spin that, which is, you hate this guy so much. Last week you wore a shirt that showed him with behind bars, right? You want Donald Trump behind bars. So the way you were willing to lie for him when you were getting a paycheck, well, now the hatred that you have, you're willing to lie against him again here today. That's the kind of spin you got to put on it.
You talked to us last week about why you went down to the court to watch the trial, and in part to see Susan Necheles at work, considered to be one of the best of the best attorneys. What do you think is going to happen on cross-examination of Michael Cohen?
Well, I don't think I'm telling stories out of school. Susan Necheles, I think, has more experience as a criminal defense attorney than the other two lawyers, Mr. Beauvais and Todd Blanche. And it's just for various reasons, including age. I don't think she's doing the cross-examination. Typically, whoever is sitting closest to the prosecutor is doing the cross-examination. There's a simple reason. You could actually see the witness. As I've told you before, that's the courtroom we tried the Harvey Weinstein case in. So whoever was going to be cross-examining the witness who was testifying on direct sat in that seat. So you could see their body language. You could see when they were animated, when they put their head down, when they put their head up. So I think that's a mistake, because she's a bulldog, but she's so smart and she's so prepared. But whomever is doing the cross-examination, it's going to be long. It should be tedious. It should be detail-oriented. And what the prosecution hasn't gotten into yet, and they will tomorrow, is they need to take all the air out of the sails of the defense about Michael Cohen's convictions and his time in jail, because they don't want the jury hearing it for the first time when the defense brings that up.
Do you think that Michael Cohen's testimony is a game changer for either side?
Yes. I mean, it has to be. It has to be a game changer for both sides, because he's the one who really lays out the elements, or he's trying to lay out the elements that the prosecutor needs to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. What Linsey Davis just said about, oh, yes, there are organized crime guys, convicted on testimony of other bad guys. But jurors are looking for that conviction, because there's people who have been killed, there's people who have been extorted, there's people who have family members in the courtroom crying because they're dead family members. Here, I mean, let's face it, Linsey, it's basically a victimless crime. No one lost money, no one got hurt, there's no assaults. It's the lowest felony. I don't know if the jurors are going to have that desire to convict the way they do when they're trying a murder case or a rape case or something that horrible.
Arthur Aidala, always a pleasure to have you here with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.